Hey curl friends, welcome back to the Frizzandfrillzz channel. My name is Chloe. If you're new here, make sure that you hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of my curly tips and tutorials. Today we're gonna be doing a Halloween special courtesy of Curlsmith, my absolute favorite colored gels. The only ones I've ever seen on the market that are actually dedicated to curls. Now, as you can see here, I already have my hair dry and styled. So what we're actually gonna do today, which is different from the looks that I did last year with these gels, which if you haven't seen those, I will pop the different looks up here that I did last year, which were super fun. I did 2 different hair gel looks. I think I did overall 3 different costumes. And this year, I'm actually gonna be doing a mix of these 2 right here. This is the copper and the ruby, okay? Because I am gonna be doing Miss Frizzle, the one and only Miss Frizzle. I had a lot of requests for her last year as well as this year, and so we are going to try her out. And I thought it would be kind of fun if we did where I already have my hair styled and do almost like a refresh in order to do the Halloween look, because these are meant to be able to be used on damp hair. I have not styled with these before on damp hair, not like fully wet and like actually like redoing a full style. So I thought this could be a really fun experiment for us and try it out and see how it goes. Now, if you are not familiar with the hair makeup by Curlsmith, it is actually a very strong hold gel rather than like a spray color like you've seen probably pretty much every other type of color, or like there are sometimes like some colored waxes and stuff, but none of them are really that great for curly hair, and they're honestly very annoying to deal with. Now, the difference here with this is a single washout, okay? So next time you wash your hair, the color will completely wash out, which I love, especially for Halloween purposes or costume purposes, because sometimes we don't want to commit to maybe a couple months of, in this case, red copper hair. Okay, I am a blonde. I spend a lot of money on my blonde, so I want to keep it that way, but we also like to have fun. As I'm dampening this, I'm using my lovely Flairisol spray bottle that I've got nice and full. So we're just bringing this all through. I'm gonna get it pretty dang damp so that it's nice and malleable, because with Miss Frizzle, I'm gonna pop a picture of her up here. Miss Frizzle, she wears her hair up. So I thought this could be one of those fun things where we don't have to do like a complete rewash, because Lord knows we all love wash days, right, as curlies? I normally try to go as long as I can before I have to do another wash day, so I'm sure a lot of you can relate. If you do, please comment below and tell me that you relate. If we're looking at the picture of Miss Frizzle, she's got some like cute little curls that are like face framing layers, and then she has kind of like this cute little top bun thing. I'm gonna try to coat most of my curls. I'm really gonna make sure I focus this color towards my crown and my edges, because that's mainly what it's gonna be showing. I think we're gonna start out mainly with the copper, because she's got like this really pretty kind of just, they've got a little bit of an ombre kind of color thing going on. It looks like some lighter colors towards her face framing layers, and then some like a little bit brighter, more red copper colors towards the back. So we're gonna try to do that and see how it goes. This is what the copper looks like. It's so pretty. I love how their colors have this like little bit of iridescence almost to them. Look, it's very colorful. It's very thick. Oh my gosh, it's been a while since I've done these. I'm just gonna start kind of painting them on with my fingers. Now, just so you guys know, this is completely washable. I know I said it comes out in the shower, but it also comes out in the wash. So if it gets on towels, clothes, etc., it will completely come out. I'm gonna fast forward as I continue to paint this on. Okay, we've gotten those first pieces right along the hairline. You can see what I think is so cool about this is it really is a very realistic color for a redhead, I feel like. If I had my natural color, which you can see kind of by my roots a little bit, it is darker. And every now and then I would like randomly get some red pieces, and I thought that was kind of cool. I tried red back in the day. I don't know if I'll go for that again. I don't think it was really my cup of tea. All right, now we're gonna work in on those ends. I like to kind of like rope it in a way. And if you feel like you need more water, definitely grab some more if you feel like your hair is starting to dry. I think it's so cool how when you're putting this on blonde hair, it really does become quite vivid and bright. But even on brunettes, like if you look at Bianca from Miss Bianca Renee, I think she did Daphne from Scooby-Doo, and she used the hair gels on her look too. I'll make sure to put a picture up here. Look at my hands. I'll make sure to put a picture up here of hers too, so you can see what it looks like on dark hair as well. Because it does work on all colors of hair. It's just gonna look a little bit different depending on what base color you're working off of. So I think we've just got a few more pieces in the back here to coat, and then we'll be pretty well coated. And then we can kind of start finessing the little pieces that we want by the face, and we'll dry them and figure out exactly how we want the bun to look. Now I'm gonna flip over and just get some of this more underside, because that's what's gonna be showing on the back of my hair bun. Still, I would say, still quite a bit of blonde, so we'll do a little more. I would say when I do looks like this, I normally go through about a half a bottle of the color. So you can normally get a few out of each bottle. Look at that color. That's crazy. Wow, 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 wow. And you can still see my curls are still coming through big time. And that's what's really beautiful about this. Now, one of the things that I am also gonna do is I'm gonna go through, I think I'm gonna add a little bit of ruby on top of this. So here is the ruby. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm gonna add a little bit of the ruby to my ends to just warm up some of these pieces. So you can see how that just warmed things up a little bit and gave it a little bit more of a red tone. Not quite as orange, but I do wanna keep mainly orange, I think, for this look. Like I said, I wanted to try this and see how this would do on restyled damp hair rather than fresh out of the shower hair. I just thought it'd be kind of a fun experiment to know what these will do. And as you can see, they're coating beautifully still on damp hair. So if you're looking for something that is kind of like a time crunch costume, and I know this is going live like the week of Halloween, so I wanted to do something that you guys could do pretty easily. And I feel like Miss Frizzle is something that anybody could do pretty easily. I did buy my costume on Amazon. It's like a little just dress, and I'll show you guys that in a little bit. I also feel like you could literally get like a blue dress or like a blue skirt. Like Miss Frizzle always had these weird kind of fun themes about her dress. So it was like food or space or like whatever it was always really fun and quirky. So I feel like you could choose however you want to do it, and like you could get like felt pieces and put it on there, like be as creative as you want. I was a little tight for time, so I did not have time to be as creative with that piece of the costume. Look at these hands. She kind of has like a center part, so we're just gonna do this. We're not getting too fancy with it with like a brush or anything. We're just kind of do this with our fingers. I feel like that's a pretty good center part. And then she has like some pretty thick pieces. So I feel like maybe like these pieces we want to keep down and like really finesse to be like really pretty curls. That's a lot, maybe not that much. She had a lot, they had her with a lot of pieces down. I don't know. Is that enough? Maybe like this much? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of take these, we're not leaving it like this, but I'm gonna take one of my little clips and we're just gonna clip this up. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my dryer and I'm gonna start drying these pieces just how I would normally diffuse, and then I will be right back. Okay, I am back and these curls are overall pretty dry now. So I feel like her bun is higher, so I think we're gonna go with that. I think we're gonna go with a higher bun. And the cool thing too is if you notice that you miss an area, like you can just pop a little bit of the gel on and it's perfectly fine. So it's really easy to get missed spots. Or like if you do decide to wear it for multiple days, then it's not that big of a deal too either. If it does start to kind of like wane off like a little bit and you just re-wet that area, super, super easy. And like she has kind of like, it's like more of a loose style. Miss Frizzle, I think she was like very just like fly by the seat of her pants type gal. So we are going for a more loose, not tight bun style. So I'm gonna go over once. And then I think I'm gonna go over one more time, and then we're gonna kind of like finesse this little crazy bun guy here. And we got these curls down here. I kind of like them though down there. So maybe we'll do that with a couple more. These ones are a little long on this side. Do you ever get that where your sideburn curls are never even? Like, why does that happen? This is why we have bobby pins. So make sure you have bobby pins with you for this. Whenever I do an updo style, this is how I always do it. I have a wedding updo tutorial that I did this summer. So I'll make sure to link that here in case you guys are curious how to do that as well. But I just do this and pop it into one and then just stick it in there so it's just loosely in and not instead of being super tight. I'm feeling happy with this. Okay, now this is gonna be the part that I'm less sure about. I never wear like face framing curls like this down, especially with the middle part. This is comical. So I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna re-wet these again. Now, what I'm gonna do, because I am refreshing, I'm just kind of going through and kind of finger brushing through these to get any major knots out so I can re-finger coil without too much frizz. This is what I actually do when I'm refreshing in general. We're basically taking these and then we're just gonna re-finger coil them to get them kind of back to their former glory. Oh, look how cute. Adorable. Do you see how cute those are coming out? This is why I love finger coiling, people. And this is totally working to refresh. Absolutely working. Okay, we're gonna scrunch those. See how much better these are looking than these? These look like a crazy frizzy mess. These are looking like they are defined and beautiful again. So I'm gonna just do this side really quick and I'll be right back. Okay, now we have all pieces finger coiled. Now we're gonna go in and diffuse these. I'm using my newer Shark diffuser here. And don't be afraid if you get this on your diffuser, it's fine. You literally just wipes off, super easy. I'm gonna do one side and then the other and kind of go back and forth and just kind of keep them in the direction that I want them so that they stay kind of face framing instead of like too far up. And here we have the dried bangs. They're kind of cute. Do I look like her? We're getting there. Now I do see a few little areas that I missed, just kind of like behind my ears. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just going to take a little bit of the copper gel and I'm gonna wet it down just a little bit, just to make it a little bit thinner. And all I'm gonna do is just kind of paint that on again with my fingers, just in that area to give it a little bit more coverage in those little spots that I missed. The fact that it makes my curls look the shiny is just phenomenal. Like, look at how good these look. I'm sorry, like, where else can you do this? How else can you do this? You can't do this with any other kind of product for curls. You just can't. I feel like the hair is done. We're gonna move on to the makeup and then we'll put on the costume. So the makeup they have for her is very light. And like, I don't know, I feel like Miss Frizzle, like if I'm channeling the inner Miss Frizzle, I feel like she would do a little bit more with her makeup and we're gonna give her just like a little bit more fun than they gave her on the show. Cause I just feel like they did literally nothing for her makeup, which I think is just rude. Like she's got funness. Like she's Miss Frizzle, so let's do it. Okay, my hands are clean. Like seriously, this stuff comes off. It's a little bit under my nails, but it comes off so easily. And I even had it like all over my forehead and I just like wiped it off and it was all gone. So that's what I love about this stuff is it doesn't stain. Like that's one of the biggest things, like dealing with red, what you would consider like a red dye, and for it to not stain your skin is pretty clutch. So basically what I'm noticing is I feel like she had kind of like a mild wing and she had like very natural lips. I already have my fake lashes on and I just have like my normal makeup on. That's literally all I've done so far. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna wing this out a little bit more and I'm gonna use this stuff from Revlon. I haven't used this before. It's called Chrome Ink. It's a liquid liner. We're just gonna add this right on the edge. Oh, I think that looks cute, right? Gives her a little something. Yeah, I'm gonna do the other side. Such a weird liner. It's like it's got this little, you see how it's like a little pad almost instead of a brush. Actually got some like volume up here. with just these little pieces. All right, now I'm gonna give a little bit of blush, and I'm gonna use the Kat Von D. This one is called Honeysuckle. So this is what it looks like. It's again, a more neutral peachy blush. I'm just gonna use a normal little blush brush for it. Oh, I think this will play with the hair color really nicely. So I'm gonna go a little bit more intense with this because we're doing the Halloween look. I'm gonna start wearing this color. This is a really pretty color. Should we add like a little bit to the nose? So I feel like that is good. Now I'm going to use a little bit of Rare Beauty's. This is their Enlighten Liquid Luminizer. I love this stuff. Watch how it just it just brings instant light wherever you put it. So I'm actually gonna put a little bit of this. This is what it looks like here. So pretty. I'm just gonna add a little bit to the back of my hand. So pretty. So I have a concealer brush. It's just like a little concealer brush. That's what I like to use for my inner corners. So we're just taking a little bit of that off the back of my hand, and we're putting this in that inner corner. Do you see how that just highlights and lightens that up so nicely? I'm gonna take the excess off the brush, and then we're gonna blend it in a little bit. Okay, now let's add a little bit to the tip of the nose. Blend her in. Top of the nose. I'm just gonna take a little bit on my finger here, you can see, and we're gonna add a little bit right to the top of the cheeks, just to give us that little bit of extra dimension there. See how that just livened that up a little bit? Super cute. I love this stuff. If you haven't tried it, it's wonderful. And we're gonna add a little bit to the Cupid's bow. So we've got a little bit of highlight now, some blush. Now let's do the lips. Now she had a very natural lip, like in the cartoon, like it barely even looked like they even gave her lipstick in the cartoon. So we're gonna do just a really natural, but still, you know, it looks like you actually have lipstick on right now. I do not have anything on. So we're just gonna overline a little bit on the bottom. This right here, by the way, is the Urban Decay 24/7. It's one of my favorite lip liners in Uptight. And then I just got this from MAC. I thought this would be kind of fun to try. It's one of their new collections. Retro Matte in Jalea. I have no idea if I just said that right. But it's just like a really pretty nude. Oh yeah, Oh, those two colors go really well together. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry. I'm gonna go put on my costume. We'll put on some earrings, and that'll be the final look. Okay, kids, who's ready to go ride the magic school bus? Is it believable? Do I look like Miss Frizzle? I feel like I pulled it off, and honestly, this hair makeup is what makes it so perfect. And I was able to rock my natural curls. And this is a costume. I will link the costume here in case you want to go and try to find that. It was from Amazon, so it shipped super quickly. But all you really need for this is like a blue dress, and then you can put whatever you want on it. And then you can do like one of those little, I think they're called dickies. And you can find a dickie and just put that underneath the dress, and that would work just fine. I'll link a couple things that I think would work for you guys as well, in case for some reason this doesn't ship fast enough for you guys. And then I'm also wearing actually some of my favorite earrings. These are stars. They're gold, little like almost like hoops, but I thought they were so perfect for this because it's like the whole outer space type gig. So I thought these are super cute, and I do have a discount code for these as well, so I'll link those below. These are just like fun in general. These don't even have to be worn with a costume if you don't want, but super fun. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I will link everything below. Thank you to Curlsmith for sponsoring this video, and I hope you guys have a fantastic Halloween, and I will see you next week. Bye guys.